Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ken Sundstrom Field for CTN's live coverage of high school baseball. It's the classic border battle as the Cardinals welcome their arch nemesis, the Blaine Bengals. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro behind home plate, and a little cool, a little breezy, but a bright sunny day, and two teams going in opposite directions to start the season and hoping to get things for the home team turned around today.
Well, first of all, I'll take this weather anytime. Yeah, Blaine coming in at 4-0, and they're having a good season. They have not given up an earned run through 4 games yet. Cardinals definitely struggling, played a better game yesterday in a 6-3 loss to Totino Grace. Actually out-hit the Eagles 9-4. But, however, this is an opportunity to see if they can get their first win of the season against a pretty good ball club.
Yeah, Blaine just 3 runs total allowed over their first 4 games, coming in off a 1-0 shutout over Centennial, but they put up 12 against Rogers, and this is their batting order. Derek Schloman, the center fielder, leading things off, followed by Wilson Goose. Carter Amels is in the number 3 spot. Miles Clark, the DH, hitting cleanup. Carson Tim, Carter Mackey, Sam Pooter, Connor McLean, and Henry Siemens round out the order for the Bengals this afternoon. On the hill, Brody Lucan gets the start for the Cardinals.
Yeah, an opportunity. The Cardinals have had a rough outing so far through 3 games from the mound. 28 runs in 2 games, first 2 games. You add another 6, so you're talking 34 runs in 3 games they've given up. So it's something that I know that Coach Mossy wants to see his guys settle down a little bit, get some innings out of the starters for sure, and get an opportunity to see what they can do against this pretty good Blaine ball club.
Leading off for the Bengals, the center fielder, number 5, Derek.
There's the defense behind. Reese Sharp in right, Chell Norquist in center, Max Sloan in left, Califoot in Lundquist on the right side of the infield, Adi at short, Colin Fanoff at third. Behind the plate is Price Karen. And the first pitch just on the offside edge to Schloman.
Schloman's hitting 400 on the season as he takes his spot at the plate. 10 at-bats, 4 hits, all of them singles.
Two-0 pitch in for a called strike. And the game we saw last week against Centennial in the opener, in 5 innings, the Cardinal pitching staff, over 150 pitches thrown, gave up 12 runs on only 8 hits, but 10 walks and 6 hit batters in those 5 innings.
Yeah, that's one they want to forget. That was obviously the opener where they dropped it by an 11-1 score.
12-1.
12-1, that's right.
Curveball misses outside, a 5-pitch walk, puts Eric Schloman aboard to lead off the first inning.
Batting for the Bengals, the second baseman, number 21, Wilson Guzzi.
And that'll bring up Wilson Guzzi, the second baseman.
Guzzi hitting 273 on the season. Walked a couple of times, struck out 4 times this year.
Again, Lucan just missing out the offside edge to the left-handed hitters.
Schloman is a threat to run. He has 3 stolen bases in 4 games.
A relatively conservative lead, but he gets a good secondary. This one fouled to the backstop by Guzzi, evens the count 1-1. Curveball misses outside, 2-0.
I know in that first game we did, pitch count was way up, as you mentioned, for the starting pitcher and the pitchers subsequent to that.
Runner goes, pitches outside. The throw is not in time. A stolen base for Schloman, a 3-1 count to Wilson Guzzi at the plate.
That's stolen base number 4 on the season. He did get a good jump off it. That would have taken a really nice throw to nail him at second.
Karen out for a quick word with his pitcher. An opportunity for Wilson Guzzi to chat with his coach.
Well, again, you're in danger, too, of putting him on at 3-1 count.
Curveball slapped to left, but in range for Max Sloan. He gets over to his right, makes the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, it's pretty, you talked about it in the opening, it's pretty windy here. It's blowing from right center, left to left center, I'm sorry.
It's blowing to right center.
To right center, correct.
I mistakenly said that was slapped to right. That's left field. Has been my entire career.
Well, they change rules a lot, so we could have missed that one.
I put it down right in the book, though. Fly to left field.
That's good, I'm glad.
For out number 1. Carter Amels at the plate, takes a pitch up high. 1 out, runner at second base. This one hit high to left field. Going back is Sloan. Has room, makes the catch over his shoulder. Tagging and moving over to third is Schloman. So a productive out, but out number 2.
Well, he did a nice job of staying with it because, like I said, it is windy and he had to kind of play the wind here a little bit. And that ball was hit a long way. But Sloan did a really nice job of just keeping his eye on the ball, and just as he got just before the fence, able to make the catch. And as you mentioned, Sloman getting to third, but the second out, and that's the important one here.
And now the designated hitter, Miles Clark.
Clark's hitting well. He's hitting .500. He's got 5 hits and 10 at-bats.
Breaking pitch stays inside. It'll be interesting, first couple of hitters from the left side of the plate. And Lukin was missing outside. Now going to be in on the hands of the right-handed hitters. Fastball popped up, chance for Kieran. He's got plenty of room. It's drifting though and ends up in the Blaine dugout.
Yeah, I think the wind is what took it out.
100% did.
At first I thought he's going to catch this one and the Cards are going to be out of the inning, but that wind allowed it to drift into the dugout.
Off the bat, it seemed like it would barely have moved out of the sand around home plate.
Yep.
But it just kept moving over to the right. Ended up in the Blaine dugout. Everybody over there is okay. They have their eyes on the ball as well. It's 1-1. 2 out, runner at third base. Clark looks at a fastball for a strike. And for the first time here in the top half of the first inning, Brody Lukin is ahead in the count. Curveball hit high to left. In on it is Sloan. It drifted, but he's able to make the catch. Looked like it slid up into the palm of his hand, but he's able to secure it. He makes all 3 catches to get Coon Rapids out of the inning. A leadoff walk left stranded at third. We go to the home half of the first. No score from Sundstrom Field. Back at the ballpark, and leadoff walk does no damage, so Coon Rapids an opportunity to try and get themselves a lead on their home field. Saw Jeremy Oddie in the leadoff spot against Centennial last week. He reached base all 3 times, scored the only run of the contest for the home team. He's playing it short this afternoon. Jacob Califoot is behind him, playing at first. Bryce Kieran, the catcher, hitting third. Chell Norquist is in center field and hitting cleanup. Braden Grisey, the DH, hitting fifth. Colin Fanoff behind him. Hayden Lundquist, Max Sloan, and Reese Sharp round out the order for head coach Matt Mossy.
Yeah, Audi went 2 for 4 yesterday in that 6-3 loss to Totino. He had an RBI as well. Actually had an extra base hit a double. So an opportunity from the leadoff position to see if he can start something here, as Card's able to get out of that top of the first without any runs allowed.
Brody McLean, a sophomore, getting the start for the Blaine Bengals, again coming in at 4-0, trying to keep that perfect record intact. His defense, Carter Mackey in left, Derek Schloman in center, Carson Tim in right. Carter Emils is the first baseman, Wilson Guzzi at second, Sam Pooter. The shortstop, Henry Siemens, is at the hot corner, and Connor McLean is starting behind the plate. First pitch fouled off the plate and back by Jeremy Oddie.
Well, McLean is 1-0. He's pitched 3 innings, given up a hit, 3 base on balls, and a couple of strikeouts. Obviously, as his whole staff, yet to give up an earned run.
Good pitch right there. Froze Oddie and falls for strike 2, and McLean is way ahead in the count. This one driven to right. No chance for anyone on that. Solid base knock to lead things off for Jeremy Oddie.
No, Oddie's carrying over from his solid performance yesterday and leads this game off with a base hit.
The first baseman, number 2, Jacob Collifoot.
Just solid contact. He went back to that changeup belt high, and that was a mistake to do 2 times in a row.
Yes.
Oddie had it timed up, squared it up, put it solidly into right field for leadoff single.
Sorry, Joe Collifoot was 2 for 3 with an RBI yesterday. As we mentioned, Cardinals had 9 hits against the Eagles compared to just the 4 for Totino Grace.
Collifoot takes a pitch down in the dirt, nearly lost by McLean behind the plate. We have Brody McLean and Brady Lucan, the two pitchers. Brody and Brady. McLean's pitch fouled back off of the catcher Connor McLean. And since you have them spelled differently, I'm going to assume they're not related.
Probably not.
McLean and McLean.
Probably not. But I don't know. I can't attest to that, but I'm assuming you'd be correct.
Well, if you got the spelling right, very rarely
do I. I'm why they invented spell check.
It's a lot easier in today's world with the computers versus when they had to sand down the entire tablet so it could be re-etched.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and then the chisel would break, and you'd only bring one to the game.
This one skied on the right side in foul territory. And it carried further out to right than originally expected, but Carson Tim able to get there for out number 1. At first it looked again that wind affects it when it's hit straight up.
Price Karen had a hit in 3 at-bats yesterday.
Fastball in for a strike. Check on Oddie. He's back in plenty of time. One out, one on. 0-1 pitch is high, 1-1.
Good patience by Price. Playing just a sophomore, being able to get this amount of opportunity here at the varsity level.
Fired the fastball right past a swinging Bryce Karen and gets himself ahead in the count 1-2.
Oof. That's a tough one to
Went
take.
to the changeup and left it just high, 2-2. Goes back to it, this time puts it in the zone. And Karen gets punched out for out number 2.
Yeah, he looked like he was going to commit and then thought better of it, and he was rung up.
7, Chell Norquist.
Our first chance to see center fielder Chell Norquist, one of the Cardinal captains, not in the lineup. And there you see it. And Karen knew as soon as it crossed the plate that was one he should have taken.
Ooh, that was a nice move to first by McLean. Almost had him picked off. Norquist, another one of the Cardinals who had a couple of hits in 3 at-bats yesterday, did have an RBI as well.
Runner is going, pitch is a called strike, throw is not in time. Stolen base for Jeremy Oddie. Gets him into scoring position. Now Norquist looking at an 0-1 count. A good-looking curveball. And I think Connor McLean just had a little trouble getting it out of his mitt.
Yep.
And then the throw, a little short hop to second, and Oddie was there in plenty of time.
Oddie gets the uniform dirty.
Oh, leadoff single.
Absolutely. I love it.
Hoping not to waste it. Both teams getting the leadoff man on base here in the first inning. A 1 pitch fouled back out of play. And Brody McLean able to get himself ahead in the count 0-2 for the second time in this inning. First time he did so, the third pitch was hit into right field. Goes back to that changeup, grounded to the left side. Scooped up the throw from Pooter to Amels in time, and this inning is over. 1 hit, 1 left for the Cardinals. No score. You're watching high school baseball on CTN.
Did you know major recreational equipment like RVs, campers, converted buses, and boats are allowed on residential property in Coon Rapids? But you are limited to 2 items that must be registered and operable. And any vehicle parked at a home for more than 12 hours must not exceed a certain size. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
Beautiful day to be at the ballpark. A lot of activity at the Cardinal Sports Complex. These same 2 teams also squaring off on the softball diamond just beyond right field. And so far, both teams getting their leadoff man on board in the first and both leaving them stranded in scoring position. We start the second. Carson Tim, the right fielder, leading off for the Bengals. Looks at a pitch high and wide, 1-0. Off-speed pitch, fouled to the backstop, 1-1.
Tim hitting .417 on the season.
So Lucan walked the first man he faced and then got 3 fly balls to left field. Left that runner stranded at third base. but a little more action than he wanted. 16 pitches in that first inning, only 6 of them for strikes. And here he falls behind the leadoff man 3-1 here in the second. This one driven to center, and it will get to Norquist on a hop, a leadoff single for Carson Tim.
Yeah, solid single over second. As the Bengals get their leadoff runner on, an opportunity to try and see if they can put some runs on the board here in the top of the second.
Well, and again, both teams getting their leadoff man on base. Both of them stole second, but Brody McLean for Blaine much more concerned about the runner and doing a lot more throwing over, keeping him close than we saw from Brady Lucan in the top half of the first. He does check Tim back before coming to the plate against Carter Mackey. Left fielder's first at bat here in the top of the second inning.
Mackey also hitting .417 on the season. He has 5 hits through 4 games.
Shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a pitch up high, 1-0. Solid bunt. Scoop by Lucan, gets the out. And Tim scoots over to second on the sacrifice.
Yeah, Mackey did what he needed to do and laid that bunt down. No opportunity to get the runner at second. Just make sure you get that first out. But you get a runner in scoring position now.
Reached out, poked at it a little bit, but it was effective. And now Tim in scoring position with 1 out. Shortstop Sam Pooter.
Pooter hitting .400 on the season. I mean, a lot of these hitters hitting in the 400s, one hitting at .500, and with quality at bats.
Well, and again, you know, they put up some good numbers. 12 runs against Rogers, 6 is at Spring Lake Park, I think they played, that they put up 6 against. Only 1 against Centennial, but 3 in their opener against Champlain Park as well.
6 against Spring Lake Park. You are correct.
I mean, that's 21 runs in 4 innings. Wow, or 4 games. That was a great pitch right there from Lucan. Called the strike on the inside edge. 1-1 to Pooter. Another bunt attempt, and it's a foul. Pooter trying to move Tim along.
Head coach Ted Erickson playing a little small ball here early.
That one did not miss by much, but apparently just outside with the fastball. It's 2-2 to Pooter at the plate, 1 out, and Tim the runner at first base, or at second base, whichever that one is in the middle. This one skied behind second. And this is going to fall. Miscommunication between Lindquist going out at second and Sharp coming in from right.
It's probably Sharp's ball coming in on it, but neither one of them called for it.
And Tim stays at second because he figured that was definitely going to get caught. Some shoulders,
as did I.
Glances back and forth. I don't see him putting up. It's a beauty of a curveball again, catching the inside edge to a right-handed batter, starting Connor McLean out 0-1.
Connor McLean hitting .333, just 3 at bats.
Fastball misses high and evens the count. Runners at first and second. Now they do put it up as a hit for Pooter. Definition of a bloop single.
Yeah.
Bunt popped up, unable to get to it in time is Lucan. He does get the out at first. Both runners move up a base. 2 in scoring position, but 2 away. And the number 9 hitter, Henry Siemens, with a chance to open the scoring here this afternoon.
Siemens hitting 273 as he steps to the plate, but again, a big second out. I mean, they're just concerned about that hitter at the plate, see if he can get out of the inning without any runs.
Well, and that was one step away from being a double play opportunity, because that was popped up and Lucan nearly got to it in the air, and neither runner would have had a chance to get back to their base. Siemens, a golden opportunity. Looks at that curveball. It stays inside this time. Fastball, high fly to right field. Drifting with it, and it gets over the head of Sharp. Both runners are going to score, and again, high fly into that stiff wind, and Sharp lost it. Siemens at second base, and 2 runs across for the Blaine Bengals.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Obviously, you think you're going to make that catch, and it just gets away from you. It looked like he was underneath it, and then I'll realize that he was a little too far in for it. Either that or the wind took it a little further out than he thought it was going to be.
Two-run double for Siemens. Back to the top of the order for the Bengals. 2 outs and a runner at second.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Had an opportunity to get out of the inning, and you lose sight of the ball gets away from you, and all of a sudden it's 2-0.
Schloman walked, stole a base, made it all the way to third in the first inning. Now just trying to keep this inning going. Fastball called a strike, evens the count 1-1. This one foul, and will get out of play. It will not get into the neighbor's yard, however.
That ball can be retrieved.
2-2 with 2 down and a runner at second base. And Schloman calls time at the plate. That one got him. He will stroll to first base without the benefit of a hit for the second time this afternoon.
Yeah,
we talked about it. Way too many of those last Tuesday against Centennial, and this one will bring Coach Mossy to the mound.
Yeah, that one just got away from him a little bit, hit him in the back, and you're right, Coach Mossy's obviously not making a move. He's just going to go out and talk to him a little bit. They want to get out of this inning with no more than the 2 runs already. There's head coach Ted Erickson for the Bengals, played at Blaine.
Now batting for the Bengals, second baseman, number 21, Wilson Guzzi.
Runners go, the throw not in time. Sliding under the tag was Siemens, and again, 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. The pitch was called a strike to Guzzi.
Now called during that timeout when Mossy went to the mound. Head coach Ted Erickson called that double steal and worked to perfection. Nice pitch there.
Lucan, meanwhile, dialed in, just worrying about the guy at the plate. Throws a couple of strikes. 1 more away from getting out of a jam. That one fell off the table but did not entice Guzzi. 1-2. high and away. Curveball, foul and out of play.
Yeah, after starting heading the count 0-2, a couple of balls now, foul ball. Certainly doesn't want to put him in a situation where it's a base hit with now runners at second and third. Nor does he want to give him a free pass.
Well, the count is full now. First base is open. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but like to end the inning if you can. Full count pitch, driven to right, and will land easily. Both runs are coming home. That's a 2-run single for Wilson Guzzi, and the Bengals have a 4-run lead.
Yeah, it jumped all over that pitch. Just a nice piece of hitting by Guzzi. He's able to pick up a couple RBI in the process to double that lead for the Bengals, but just turned on that pitch.
Well, and the only 2 outs in the inning, both sacrifice bunts from the Blaine Bengals. It's their fourth hit of the inning. And Carter Emels is their 8th batter of the inning. Fly out to left field, first time up. Now the runner at first, 2 away. Pounds this one foul down the third base line. All 4 Bengal runs coming with 2 outs here in the top half of the second inning.
Yeah, the Cardinals had an opportunity to get out of the inning.
This one skied in the infield. Lukin underneath it, called off it by his first baseman, Jacob Califoot, who makes the catch and ends the inning. Now the Cardinals batters have to go back to work. They trail 4-0 in this one. And Howie, this is obviously 2 programs very familiar with one another, a long history, and that includes the guys calling the shots in both dugouts. Matt Mossy for the Cardinals, Ted Erickson for the Bengals were players for these 2 teams just a mere 22 years ago in 2003.
Yep, which is coincidental, obviously, that both these guys have played, one for the Bengals, one for the Cardinals. And there's Matt Mossy, a young Matt Mossy.
It also means that you and I were here.
Yes, we were. Yep.
In a similar capacity.
He was having a good year that year. I believe he had 5 home runs up to that point, and his base hit there.
Then and now.
Yeah.
And the other dugout again.
Ted Erickson.
Still wearing the Bengal blue 22 years later, and he was a little younger, a little thinner.
He was a little younger for sure. He's in pretty good shape now, though.
Probably got down the line a little faster in 03 than he would today.
You see, he had a fielder's choice. As Tony Boxwell's going to rob him of a hit as he dives in right field. Right here, we're probably sitting in the same spot that we're sitting in now.
Well, and then you mentioned Tony Boxwell making that diving catch, and his younger brother Alex is an assistant on the Cardinal squad.
Comes all full circle.
Braden Grisey leading things off for the Cardinals.
Grisey went 1 for 3 yesterday in that 6-3 loss. A couple of strikeouts.
Inside. This one hit on a hop to short. Pooter deep in the hole. The throw is high. Able to come down and make the tag on the bag, though, is Carter Amels.
Yeah, nice.
Took an athletic play on both ends to make the out.
For sure, because it was deep in that hole, and Pooter with just the rifle across, and as you mentioned, just a little bit high, but Amels doing a great job of going up for it, making sure he got his foot on the bag. Oof, close, but nice play.
Colin Fanoff looks at one that bends across the plate and starts him out 0-1. He shakes the head, said, yep, that was a good pitch. This one, sky to the left side. Underneath it is Pooter. He'll squeeze it for out number 2.
Couple of relatively quick outs here for Coon Rapids.
Exactly what McLean would like.
Yes.
Get his hot hitting squad back to the dish as quick as possible after scoring 4 runs on 4 hits, all with 2 out. Hayden Lindquist chases a high fastball, 0-1. And now down and away evens the count.
Hayden was hitless last night as well.
Fouls off the changeup. Well out of play. Goes back to the fastball and strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Brody McLean. He goes 1-2-3 in the bottom of the second. Blaine back at the dish with a 4-run lead to start the third after this on CTN.
There was once a time when local sports coverage wasn't what it is now. A dark age filled with handicaps and Polaroids and angry crowds. Then 2 noble souls stood and proclaimed aloud that they'd give the people high-quality sports no matter how. So sports nights they became. Delivering stats and highlights was their vow. And sports nights they remain. Watch them weekly on CTN Now.
Fair number of fans here for the ball game, all bundled up because it's nice looking. Still a little chilly.
A little chilly.
We're still in mid-April after all.
Leading off for the Bengals, the designated hitter, number 15, Miles Clark.
Miles Clark, the only one in a Bengal uniform, well, only one in the lineup, I should say, that did not hit in the second inning. First pitch, smoke to the right side, and a great play by Hayden Lundquist.
Yeah, just
snags it on the line for out number 1.
Yeah, it was hit pretty hard, and Hayden did a nice job of just going to his left.
Number 12.
See it again, just stabbing it.
Carson Tim started the big inning for the Bengals with a leadoff single. Easy take down and away, 1-0. That one closer, but still outside. 2-0. And now down 3-0.
Again, he's not. Now he's got an opportunity to just take this pitch, see if he can earn the walk.
A lot of lefties in the lineup for the Blaine Bengals, and Lucan has had a little more trouble because he nibbles on that outside edge. And it hasn't been as effective as throwing
Number 9, Carter Mackey.
inside edge against the right-handed hitters. Carter Mackey, solid sacrifice bunt, first time up. Finds himself in a similar position now, 1 on, 1 out. Bengals showed in that inning they're not afraid to sacrifice with an out already on the board. That was with 2 runners in scoring on base, though. So, but expect the Bengal hitters to wait until they see a strike. Probably not swinging unless it's perfect, and that one was. Out in front of it, though, was Mackey, and hooks it foul past Coach Erickson at third.
Yeah, he was trying to see if he could hug the line on that one. As he gave that one a quick one, quick out to third, but just foul.
One and one, 1 out, man at first. And that pitch caught the top of the zone as it just fell in for strike 2.
Yeah, and he hesitated a little bit, like he thought about it.
It's a risky pitch to rely on. This one down and away. Picked up the speed a bit, 2-2. Mackey fights one off, fouls it out of play. 2-2 it will remain. Off-speed pitch, foul, and we'll try again.
Yeah, Brady came in here looking to see if he could get a quick inning. He doesn't want to get his pitch count up here after a tough second inning.
He got out with the first pitch, but then a 4-pitch walk, and now this one skied into shallow right, and getting out there to make the catch is Lundqvist, out number 2.
Yeah, that wind is still going to right center, towards right center. And it's making that ball carry a little bit. They're having a difficult time going back on it.
Well, and Sharp, I think, is staying back on it after seeing the 2-run double get over his head as part of that second inning. But it did not fall between them, and nice play over the shoulder by Hayden Lundqvist. Sam Pooter, single and a run scored in that 4-run second inning.
Nice pitch by Pooter. I mean, by Lucan.
Oh, and 2. Fastball, and I don't know how you look at that with an 0-2 count, but good eye for Sam Pooter.
You have to
1 and 2.
You have to be pretty confident that that's not a strike to look at that one at that point.
Goes after a pitch down out of the zone. A huge strikeout for Brady Lucan. Ends the inning still. It's 4-0 Blaine midway through the 3rd inning on CTS.
There was once a time when local sports coverage wasn't what it is now. A dark age filled with handycams and Polaroids and angry crowds. Then 2 noble souls stood and proclaimed aloud, that they'd give the people high-quality sports no matter how. So sports nights they became. Delivering stats and highlights was their vow. And sports nights they remain. Watch them weekly on CTN Now.
Want to know the who, what, when, and where of Coon Rapids? Then follow CTN on social media. It's that simple. Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, keep up with local news, sports, and events. And the people who make our community such a great place to live. So give us a follow, like, share, or subscribe, and always be the first to know what's up in Coon Rapids. That's CTN, helping you stay connected.
Back at Sundstrom Field, and there's a look at that wind. It's been consistent. Old Gloria has been standing at attention, facing the right field fence, and it has caused some problems for Coon Rapids in the outfield, helping Blaine to that 4-0 lead.
Well, as you mentioned, Cardinals coming back to the plate, looking to see if they can get something going. Just the one base hit so far.
The left fielder, number 24, Max Sloan.
Max Sloan and Reese Sharp scheduled to start this inning, then back to the top of the order for Jeremy Oddie. Fastball high from McLean, 1-0. And breaking one wide and falling behind 2-0. Not a position that McLean has been in a lot.
He is not.
He was very efficient in inning 2. Sending the Cardinals down 1-2-3. Gets the strike there. Ten pitches in that second inning. He finds the zone again, evens the count 2-2.
Well, he quickly got back in that strike column there. He's been solid so far.
Sloan chops this one foul, stays alive at 2-2. Strong fastball on a slide step from Brody McLean, and Max Sloan frozen. All three of McLean's strikeouts have been punch-outs to this point in the ballgame.
Yeah, he threw that so fast he hit the dirt. He lost his footing after that pitch.
He'll take it for the result.
Yes, he will.
Number 9 hitter Reese Sharp playing number 9 position, right field. Looking at a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Brody McLean just cruising right now.
Sharp played last night, 1 for 3, Joe.
Has retired 7 batters in a row. Changeup hit foul, 0-2. Give up a leadoff single in the first to Jeremy Oddie on an 0-2 pitch. And since then, he has retired all he has faced. This one hit well to the left side, but Pooter in good position. The throw low, but scooped out easily by Amels, and there's 2 down.
Amels again making a nice play to save his shortstop and digging that one out of the dirt.
The shortstop, number 1, Jeremy Oddie.
Oddie's single, to be fair, was solid.
Very much so.
And I think Brody McLean, who kind of tempted him there with an off-speed pitch that missed outside. That's exactly the pitch that was sent into right field. This one fouled out of play down the right field line. Count is even 1-1. Pitch down low. 2-1.
Adi trying to keep this inning alive.
Foul back and out of play. Well, the Cardinals need to spark a rally. Can they do it with 2 out? They would need Adi to come through, and he's proven in what we've seen so far this year. He's definitely going to be a tough out. This one chopped to right side. Guzzi fields, throws to Amels, and the inning is over. That's 9 straight retired by Brody McLean. Back for the 4th inning. Blaine 4, Coon Rapids 0. You're watching high school baseball on CTN. Both teams got their leadoff man on in the first, but left them in scoring position, and then things changed in the second. Couple of big 2-out hits for the Blaine Bengals. One by Henry Siemens, another by Wilson Guzzi. Each of those 2 hits drove 2 runs across. They scored 4 runs with 2 outs in the second inning. Meanwhile, Brody McLean has been on cruise control, gave up that leadoff single, and since then, he's retired 9 straight. That includes 3 strikeouts, no walks.
Now, Coach Don Bright was talking about Brody McLean, what a solid prospect he is, and he was looking forward to get an opportunity to seeing him.
Leading off for the Bengals, the catcher, number 7, Connor McLean.
Catcher Connor McLean will lead off here in the 4th inning. Dropped down a successful sacrifice in that second inning, the second sacrifice of the inning for the Blaine Bengals.
Yeah, the Bengals started off playing a little small ball, and miscue let a couple of runs in, and a solid base knock, getting a couple more.
This one hit high to shallow left, long run. Adi in foul territory, not able to make the grab, and that was in fair territory.
Yep.
Still, he made a great effort, had to run a long way, but it falls, and McLean has a leadoff single.
Yeah, just over his outstretched glove.
Number 6, Henry Siemens.
Saw there wasn't going to be a chance for Sloan coming in from left. Henry Siemens had the bloop double to score 2. Started the scoring. Tries to sacrifice, but bunts it to the backstop. And that was just a weird one that Lundqvist and Sharp deferred to one another, and it fell.
Yeah, again, just some miscommunication there between the 2 of them.
Pitch called to strike on the inside edge, and there again, go back to that for Brady Lucan is the right-handed batters. He's been more effective finding the inside edge than he has finding the outside edge against the lefties. And there he finds it again, a fastball for a strike, and that is strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Lucan. And it's also the second strikeout in the last 3 batters. Back to the top of the order. Derek Schloman, a walk in the first, hit by a pitch in the second, has stolen a base each of those 2 times. Scored a run in that 4-run second inning. Looks at a fastball for a strike. One out, one on. Bengals already up 4, and Lucan will chase McLean back to the bag at first. Or did we get a courtesy runner? We did.
We did?
Number 1. Curveball misses outside.
That's Charlie
1-1.
Charlie Potvin. Potvin goes, pitches outside, swung on and missed. Potvin slides in safely with a stolen base. The baseball squirts out into center, not far enough for him to move. He'll get the stolen base, get into scoring position. It's now 1-2 to Derek Schloman. Yeah, then insert him in as the courtesy runner, and he gets an opportunity for a stolen base. And that's his first of the year.
Pitch had some movement on it, ends up in the dirt. Good stop by Kieran behind the plate. 2-2 now to Schloman. This one off the end of the bat, spins foul, and we'll try again. Tried to nibble that outside edge again with the off-speed pitch, just misses, and now a full count. Wilson Guzzi on deck. 3-2 pitch in the dirt, and Schloman on base for the 3rd time this afternoon.
Yeah, now a tough situation. Runners at first and second, just one away, trailing 4-0 at this point. Bengals looking to see if they can up this lead.
Wilson Guzzi in his last at-bat hit a high fly to right field that just hung up in the wind and carried over the head of Reese Sharp, drove in 2 more runs and got us to the 4-0 score we have right now. He looks at a fastball outside, 1-0. Another miss outside, 2-0. Potvin is daring him at second base. This one skied out of play, and that's in the neighbor's yard.
Yes, that is definitely in the neighbor's yard.
2-1.
Nobody's chasing it over there.
Actually, I think that one's coming back. It's between the neighbor's privacy fence and the chain link, so that one we can
That
recover.
one is being retrieved.
That pitch way high and wide, easy take for Guzzi, and it's a 3-1 count. And Lucan in danger of walking him full with 2 out. With 1 out.
1 out.
And Guzzi taking all the way and then
Well,
cocked his head and said, maybe I should have gone after that because it was right there.
It was definitely a hittable pitch.
Full count with 1 away. They've been aggressive on the base paths to this point. Do they both go? Yes, they do. And this one hit hard down the line. Skips off the glove of Collifoot at first. Lead runner Potvin will come home to score. It's a 5. 2-0 lead for the Bengals. An RBI single for Guzzi. Runners at the corners.
Number 25, Carter Eagles.
They see it again down that line at first, and Calfoot not able to field it. And Potvin on his horse able to score.
They're going to call that one an error.
Yeah.
Is it?
I think so.
Got there quick, skipped away from the first base minder, and everybody's safe. A run comes across. This one in the infield gets past Brady Lucan. And the Bengals doing some damage on back-to-back pitches.
That was just a really nice play, infield out. Nobody there to make a play on the ball and able to put another run across.
A bunt single for an RBI. And it's 6-0. You don't expect your big first baseman
Definitely
to
not.
dropped out a bunt with runners at the corners and one out. It caught the Cardinals by surprise, but it was perfectly placed for a right-handed pitcher like Lucan to try and break back to get to that pitch, or that bunt would be asking a lot. Miles Clark, a little dance in the right-handed batter's box, stays out of the way, and it's 1-1 with one out. Runners at first and second. This one grounded to third. Faniff fields and tags, gets out number 2. And a big one at that.
Yeah, smartly going for the lead runner at third base, obviously. And
Number 12, Carson.
a big one, that's because it's that second out. You've already let a couple of runs across here in the top of the fourth, and you just want to leave it at that.
Carson Tim drops this into left field. One run will come home and score. And a little late on the turn by Amels, but he gets home. Clark stays at second.
Celebration in the Bengal dugout. And Amels came into it. Just nice base hit there.
Now batting for the Bengals, the left fielder, number 9, Carter Mack.
Again, Amels, a big kid.
He lumbered, but he did it.
He got there without a throw. Tim, an RBI single. The 8th batter of the inning, Carter Mackey, takes a pitch up and in.
That hit him. That's going to load him up. Matt Mossey's going to take a walk out to the mound. We'll see if this is it for Brady Lucan.
Second hit batter of the ball game. Looks like they're going to keep Lucan in and trying to work his way out of this. Now down 7-0, 3 runs across here in this inning on 3 hits. And the bases are loaded.
6 hits on the day for the Bengals.
Walk, an error, and a hit batter. Also in this inning, Sam Pooter is the 9th hitter of the inning. Takes the first pitch up high. And a good strong fastball evens the count, 1-1. Two down, bases loaded, 3 already across. This one hit to the left side, fielded by Fanoff. He goes to Lundqvist the short way, and they get the out. But 3 runs come across. 9 go to the dish. Blaine now leads 7-0, middle of the 4th inning on CTN.
As you know, CTN's on YouTube, and we're on in a big way. We have thousands of videos online to help you stay connected to Coon Rapids on any device, at home, or on the go. And it's because of your faithful viewership that we can celebrate 10,000 subscribers to the CTN YouTube page. Thank you for your support as we continue to keep you connected.
Back at the ballpark, and the hole has gotten deeper for the Cardinals. Now trailing by 7. And Brody McLean hoping to keep cruising.
Yeah,
He's retired 9 in a row since giving up a leadoff single in the bottom of the 1st inning.
he's thrown a very nice game so far.
Leading off for the Cardinals, the first baseman, number 2, Jacob Collifoot.
Through these 3 innings, he's thrown 39 pitches, 28 of them for strikes.
That's great.
By comparison, Brady Lucan threw 32 pitches, only 17 for strikes in the 2nd
I was
inning.
gonna say, it's got to be in 1 inning.
Yeah, he's had innings of 16, 32, 16, and 27, Brady Lucan. This one hit well to the left side. A great effort by Siemens at 3rd, but not able to knock it down, and it's a leadoff double for Jacob Califoot.
Well, the Cards need that. Need to obviously get base runners, need something good, but especially a leadoff double right down the line. He just turned on that pitch, and it was a no doubter for him that he was going to stretch it.
Catcher number 9, Bryce Karen.
And this is the meat of the order for the Cardinals. They need him to come through this time. This opportunity may be their last if they don't get something going now. Bryce Karen, a strikeout back in the 1st inning. This one goes after the breaking pitch, ends up in the dirt. He'd like to have that swing back. He's behind in the count 0-1. Fastball misses high. Across the board, the Cardinals would like to get some confidence in their at-bats, get some more rhythm
Absolutely.
in their offense. Talk about it starts at the mound, and it certainly does. And they have struggled from the hill. They knew that would be a concern with very little experience pitching coming back. But the only way you can get through the pitching and defensive struggles is if you can find some success at the dish, and they have not had it so far.
They have not.
Fastball into even the count, 2-2 to Bryce Karen. Leadoff double has Collifoot in scoring position. This one hit well toward the gap in right center, and it is going to fall right between Tim and Schloman. Collifoot had to wait on it as both got good jumps on the pitch. But it'll put runners at the corners, nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah, back-to-back base hits for Coon Rapids. A nice piece of hitting there as it's going to drop between center and right.
Now Kjell Norquist ground out his first time up. That ended the first inning. Trying to pile it on here. But a pitch outside, an easy take. 1-0. Collifoot at third, Karen at first. They'll check on Karen. He's back safely.
Well, first jam of the game for McLean.
Fastball up and in to even the count. 1-1 to Chell Norquist. And remember, this is just a sophomore.
Yeah.
In Brody McLean having this kind of success. Of course, stake to this kind of lead, it does make it a little bit easier to toe the rubber. Great pitch right there. Froze Norquist. Falls in for strike 2.
Well, you know, at this point, it's probably a personal challenge to him to see if he can pitch out of this inning without any run production.
Karen goes. They will throw down. Not in time. Double steal works. Cardinals on the board.
Well, that's what Coon Rapids wanted. They wanted to get some run production here. It's still early, just the bottom of the 4th inning, but they've got a hole to dig out of, down 7-1 now. But able to get a couple of base hits here in this inning, and now a run.
Says 3-1 on the board. We had it at 3-2, and now it is 3-2. Full count, Karen at second base, nobody out. Double, a single, and then a double steal. And Norquist an opportunity to try and drive in another. His team trailing 7-1 to their arch rival Blaine Bengals. Up and in, backs him away, but gives him a free pass. And after retiring 9 in a row, 3 straight have reached against Brody McLean.
So Connor McLean is going to take a walk out to the mound to talk to his pitcher.
Now batting for the Cardinals, the designated hitter, number 12.
Big spot for
Braden
the
Grisey.
designated hitter, Braden Grisey. Got just a piece of that, fouls it off.
Well, being aggressive going after that first pitch.
Kane drops one in there and gets Grisey to swing over the top. 0-2 quickly. Fastball grounded to the right side. Waiting on it is Amos. He'll scoop it. Tag for the first out. Both runners advance in a scoring position.
When again, you don't get the base hit, but you're able to move your runners along. And just the first out of the inning, to mention that opportunity for Coon Rapids to see if they can score multiple runs here in the bottom of the 4th.
Colin Fanoff pop up to short. His first time up, now an opportunity with 2 runners in scoring position. And this will hit well to left. Getting on his horse is Mackey. He will make the catch over his shoulder. Tagging and coming home is Price Kieran. A sacrifice fly makes it 7-2.
Again, a couple of runs in here in the bottom of the 4th. The Cardinals, even though it's a bit of a hole, they're doing a good job of trying to dig out of it.
Number 21, Hayden Lundquist.
Hayden Lundquist. trying to keep it going with 2 out. 2 already across, another runner at second base. McLean starts it with a fastball, foul back out of play. Norquist at second, Lundquist at the plate. McLean steps off and resets. This one fouled in front of, rolled in front of the pitcher's mound. Easy play from McLean to Amos to end it, but the Cardinals get 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave 1 stranded. It's 7-2 Bengals after 4. You're watching high school baseball on CTN.
Did you know you can raise backyard chickens? But a permit is required, and there's a limit of 4 female chickens per property. No roosters or other fowl are allowed. And there are specific rules for the chicken coop and run. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
Sun is shining, but it's still mid-April here in the greater Midwest. So the blankets, jackets, hats, common at the ballpark. And a ball game that has been entertaining to this point. Blaine Bengals, 4 runs in the second, added 3 more in the fourth. Cardinals break the seal in the bottom half of that fourth. And they trail 7-2. Colin Fanoff will take over on the hill. He'll start against the number 8 and 9 hitters. And then back to the top of the order. Connor McLean, 1 for 1. Sacrifice bunt in the second, a single in the fourth. That started that 3-run inning. His courtesy runner later scored the first run of the inning for the Bengals. Takes a pitch down and away, 1-0. Down low, 2-0.
So in the field, Lundquist has gone over to third. Lucan has gone to second. Those are, looks like, our changes in the field with Fanoff on the mound.
Good looking breaking pitch. Gets over for a strike, 2-1. Misses outside, now 3-1. Another off-speed pitch that misses low, ball 4 and a leadoff walk.
Well, not the way Colin wanted to start his outing here with a base on balls, but
Now batting for the Bengals.
Henry Siemens, a 2-run double in the second. Struck out on 3 pitches in the fourth. And Potvin is back at first base as a courtesy runner. Had a stolen base, scored a run.
Yeah, I was just saying the move paid off for him earlier in the game.
Henry Siemens looks at a pitch outside, 1-0. Late on the fastball, he ends the count 1-1.
Yeah, Potvin, I think, thought about going and then decided not to.
Off-speed pitch. And they're going to say he swung.
Yep.
I'm not sure I agree with that, but we'll take it. 1-2. Pitch was down and away, and it looked like Siemens was able to check his swing, but apparently not. Again, sticking with that changeup, dying down and away, and a little too much break too soon. Easy take for Siemens, 2-2. Potvin goes. This one skied right side. Potvin slams on the brakes, heads back, reaching back over his head to make the catch as Califoot. And they get the out, but Potvin is able to get back safely.
Pop flies have been an adventure here this afternoon with the wind being the way it is.
Yeah, it is. Not that the wind is super strong, but it has been consistent.
Yes.
The flag again has been pointing to right field since we got here an hour before first pitch. Fastball in for a strike to Derek Schloman. Schloman has reached 3 times, scored twice, has not had a hit. 2 walks, hit by a pitch, a couple of stolen bases in there. They check the runner. Potvin back safely. But that's what you want from your leadoff hitter, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Get on base. I don't care if it's a walk, hit by pitch, error. Doesn't matter.
No.
Get on base.
Because usually your leadoff pitcher or your leadoff hitter has some speed.
By hook or by crook, as they say, you get on base. Fastball down and in. 1-1 to Schloman. Runner goes. This one hit back up the middle and through. Turning but staying at second is Potvin. Derek Schloman has his first hit of the afternoon. He's at first base for the 4th time in the ballgame.
Yeah, that not much defensively the Cardinals were able to do about that one as it's hit back up the box, as you mentioned. And
now batting for the Bengals, the second baseman, number 21, Wilson Guzzi.
Banff tried to see if he could field it.
Wilson Guzzi is 1 for 3. An 2-run single in the second inning, reached on an error in the fourth. It also scored a run. Good looking pitch from Fanoff there. Starts him with a strike, 0-1. Bengals trying to add to a 5-run lead. Have 2 on, 1 out. Both runners go. Throw is there. He did not get around the tag. And the double steal does not pay off for the Bengals this time, as Potvin is out number 2.
Well, it doesn't work all the time, and that was a good example of it there. Just a nice throw down from Bryce Karen
to Hayden Lundquist.
Yeah, to Hayden Lundquist.
Now minding, and you see him. It's a great effort from Potvin trying to swim around the tag, but Lundquist able to apply it. And then that pitch was way up high to Wilson Guzzi, and he swung anyway. Strike 3 ends the inning. No more damage done. Cardinals try to continue the comeback after this on CTN.
Matt Mossy swinging around the tag in 2003.
Did you know? City Code prohibits outdoor storage of things like building materials, auto parts, household items, scrap metal, garbage, and more. Thank you for helping our city look its best. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov. Did you know properties are required to have garbage and recycling service with a licensed hauler? On collection day, place your carts 2 feet behind the curb. Collection containers should not be placed in the street. And don't forget, containers are not allowed at the curb on non-collection days. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
Tail of the tape. Bengals by 5. Middle of the 5th. Blaine scored 7. 4 in the 2nd, 3 in the 4th. Cardinals answer with their first couple in the bottom of the 4th, and then they're able to get out of a little bit of a possible jam in the top of this inning, hoping they can continue to chip away at that big lead. Max Sloan will lead off for the Cardinals, and he will face Cooper Conrad, the relief pitcher for the Bengals, and a big bender on the first pitch he throws. Came right across the dish. And then a fastball at the knees makes it 0-2.
He's pitched 1 inning, struck out 2, walked 1 so far this season.
Goes back to the breaking pitch, and this one misses. Big smile on his face as he gets it back from McLean. That curveball found the zone, and Sloan is punched out for the 2nd time this afternoon.
Now batting for the Cardinals, the right fielder, number 29.
There's a lot of break in that pitch.
Yeah.
I think he threw it 3 out of the 4 pitches that he threw to Sloan. And he'll start Sharp with a breaking pitch as well. It misses low, 1-0.
Yeah, a little different delivery than Brody McLean.
This one skied and will get out of play down the third base line. It'll even the count 1-1. Looks like early we've seen a couple of different breaking pitches already from Conrad. And then he finds the inside edge on the fastball, get back in front of the Cardinal hitter, 1-2. Mixing his speed and location pretty effectively, and boy, the amount of break there, and Sharp can't believe he got punched out. Thought that curveball was definitely inside, not the way the man in black saw it.
For the Cardinals, the shortstop, number 1, Jeremy Adi.
Back-to-back punch-outs to start his outing for Cooper Conrad. Back to the top of the order, Jeremy Adi lets that one fall down low out of the zone, 1-0.
If you're head coach Ted Erickson, you'll love to see that outing to start here for Conrad.
2 strikeouts on 8 pitches.
That's pretty impressive.
And both on punch-outs. Goes back to the fastball and evens the count, 1-1. So he's definitely got a couple of different breaking
really
pitches.
does.
He doesn't want to throw that one too often.
No, because you're going to maybe plunk a guy on that one.
Well, if Adi were taller, he may have flunked the batter on that one. This one chopped to the left side on a couple of hops. Siemens charges. Throw is in time, and the Cardinals retired in order in the 5th. We go to the 6th, Blaine 7, Coon Rapids 2. You're watching high school baseball on CTN. Blaine jumped to the lead early, and they have been able to stretch that lead as high as 7 runs before the Cardinals got on the board in the bottom of the 4th inning. Both teams aggressive on the base paths, and that has helped. Cardinals' first run coming across on the double steal. Second run comes home on the sacrifice fly by Callan Fanoff. But they still trail big, and for the 3rd time in 5 innings, Cardinals sent down in order in the 5th. Callan Fanoff for his 2nd inning of relief.
Yeah, we'd like a quick one here again. It's opportunity to get back to the dish. You're down 5.
3, 4, 5 guys due up here for the Blaine Bengals. Carter Amels pushed a bunt past the pitcher for an RBI single in the 3-run 4th inning. His one hit this afternoon, 1 for 3. Holds off on a breaking pitch that drops low, 1-0. Fastball misses low, 2-0. Good little slider on the inside edge.
It was a nice little pitch.
Catches a corner, 2-1. Goes back to a breaking pitch. That one over the middle of the plate, but it froze Amels, and count is 2-2.
A good job getting back, evening up the count.
This one grounded to 3rd, and it's in the glove of Hayden Lundquist, and leadoff man aboard. I'm going to guess that's error number 2. They wasted no time putting error number 2 on the board for the Cardinals there.
Yeah, that's, especially with a guy like Amels running down the base paths, that's one, if you get in your glove, that's an out. And again, he had it in his glove, but just he didn't close it.
Well, and again, your everyday third baseman is currently on the hill, so it was a relatively hot shot, and Lundquist playing even with the bag, maybe a little bit in, especially after Amels had pushed a bunt for a base hit. They put a pinch runner out there? Yeah, that's not him.
Yeah.
Who's number 3?
That would be Seth Burnett.
He's now the runner at first base with nobody out. Hitter is Miles Clark. He's 0 for 3, reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th. Fanoff misses down and away, 2-0. Up and in, and
that got away from him.
Clark ducks away from it, and it's 3-0. Get me over, change up. Catches the corner, 3-1. Clark taking all day. Three-one pitch catches that inside edge as well, and Fanoff gets it back to a full count.
Yeah, good pitch to give himself a chance here to get this batter.
Leadoff man on base by error. Second error of the ball game for the Cardinals. Runner is going, pitches up and in, ball 4. The throw down not nearly in time, but obviously matters not. On the walk, second walk surrendered in the second inning of work for Colin Fanoff.
Well, again, it now puts him in a little bit of a jam with runners at first and second and nobody out.
And you bring up Carson Tim. He's had a nice afternoon so far. 2 for 2 with an RBI, a run scored. He has also walked.
Actually, that's Max Kinney. He's going to.
Oh, they're just throwing some extra guys in the lineup with a big lead.
Just to fool with you.
His first at bat, middle of the ball game in a big spot, shows bunt, pulls back, takes the pitch down and away. Such a simple looking thing, but it's much more difficult to teach than you might think, is the ability to go up there with a mindset you're just dropping down a bunt to move your teammates along, but have the wherewithal to pull the bat back when it's not in the zone. And there's a good example. First time up, Kinney wisely took that one, and then he, rather than pulling the bat back, he went after a pitch, that one well up out of the zone, and fouled off for a 1-1 count.
Yeah, that's definitely one he would love to have back.
Because when you get to that 2-0, 3-0 count, in a bunting situation, you know you're going to get one right down the middle. The good, solid bunt. And the sacrifice is successful. Having to stretch a little bit for it was Lukin, but he was able to make the tag, and Kinney got tripped up, but he goes back having done his job.
And Fanoff didn't have a lot on that throw, so he was fortunately he was able to get him out. That's, got to get that first out of the inning as infield is in.
Now 2 in scoring position, Carter Mackey. 0 for 1. Looks at a pitch for a strike. Had a sacrifice fly in the second. Popped up in the third. Was hit by a pitch in the fourth. He comes to the plate here in inning number 6 with 2 in scoring position, only 1 out. Pitch inside, evens it up, 1-1. Fouled off the plate and then off of Mackey, 1-2.
A good spot to be in. We're Fanoff at 1-2 in the count. If you can get Mackey to commit to something at the plate and just get him to swing at something, maybe a little bit out of the zone.
Pitchers have not been in the driver's seat ahead in the count very often this afternoon. Trying to keep that deficit from getting any larger. That pitch up high, 2-2. Burnett the runner at third, Clark at second. And a great breaking pitch right there from Fanoff, right on the inside edge for strike 3.
Yeah, and that's a huge second out for the Cardinals.
Now batting for the Bengals, the shortstop, number 8, Sam Pooter.
Brings up Sam Pooter. 1 for 3, singled and scored in the 4-run second inning. All of those runs coming with 2 outs in that second inning. And Pooter now trying to spark another 2-out rally for the visiting squad. Blaine comes in 4-0. This is the most runs they've given up in a single contest so far this season. Had not given up more than 1. Nope. They had given up 1 in each of their first 3 games, coming in off a 1-0 shutout over Centennial.
Yeah, the one that went extra innings.
And these are also the first 2 earned runs that they have given up this year. This one right down the line, a beauty of a hit for Sam Pooter. Will easily score both runs, curves into the corner, a 2-run double, makes it a 9-2 Bengal lead.
Yeah, again, just an easy 2 RBI hit for Pooter as he smoked that down the line. The 8th hit of the day for the Bengals.
Now batting for the Bengals, the catcher, number 7, Connor McLean.
I have it as number 9. But I'm...
Well, at least...
Young officially.
Of course.
That is.
Yeah.
Connor McLean back at the dish. 1 for 1, a sacrifice, a single, and a walk. Quickly ahead in the count, 2-0. Pooter, the runner at second base, came up with another big 2-out hit. 3 2-run, 2-out hits in this ball game. 2 of them coming in that second inning.
Get another 3-0 count.
And a 4-pitch walk. McLean's been outstanding. Love to see that from your number 8 hitter.
Yeah.
Drop down a sacrifice that works perfectly and leads to 2 runs scoring with 2 outs in the second inning.
And you can see Potvin back in as a courtesy runner as well.
Since that time, a single and 2 walks. We talked about it as far as their leadoff guy. You got to love the leadoff guy getting on base 4 times.
Yep.
Well, when your number 8 guy gets on base 3 times, that's huge. This one driven down the line, and they are not done scoring. Pooter hustles around and scores. Another double with 2 outs. It is a 10-2 lead.
And another solid base wrap for the Bengals.
And that one coming from your number 9 hitter.
Yep, number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Now batting for the Bengals, the center fielder, number 5, Eric Schloman.
Now that leadoff hitter you talked about at the plate with runners at second and third and 2 away.
This is the 3rd time in 6 innings that they have sent at least 8 men to the plate. It's tough to win ball games if you're facing that many batters.
No question.
Well, and now a position where a base hit could potentially put the Bengals up 10 and force the Cardinals to score or end the game early again. 2 of their first 3 have ended short of a full ball game. They would hate for this one to get to that point.
Absolutely, but you got to bring those 2 runners across before you can talk about that.
This one hit and into the outfield.
And I think
There's
it will.
one, and here comes a second run, and it's a 10-run lead as Potvin and Siemens score. And for the 5th time this afternoon, Derek Schloman is standing at first base.
Yeah, he's had a very nice afternoon. leading off this lineup for the Bengals.
Biggest inning of the game so far. Apparently they're big on even innings. 4 in the second, 3 in the fourth, now 5 in the sixth. 2 out. And Schloman at sixth base. At first
You just
base.
invented something new.
Wilson Guzzi is the hitter. He chops this one back to Fanoff, and Fanoff will mercifully get us out of the inning. But now again, Cardinals down 10. They need at least one to get to a 7th inning. Can they do it? We'll find out next on CTN.
Did you know Coon Rapids has a city code regulating the height of your grass? Grass and weeds must be kept under 8 inches high. Thank you for helping our city look its best. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
There's your new pitcher, Colton Thomas. Actually, his first action of the season. Trying to end this game here in the bottom half of the 6th for the Blaine Bengals.
Well, he's got plenty of cushion.
Yes, he does.
But if they want to end it early, they've got to avoid giving up another run. But again, coming into today's contest, through 4, they had only given up 3 runs, and none of them earned.
Right.
This is the first time in game number 5 of the season that the Bengals have allowed 2 runs in the same contest. But for the Cardinals, unfortunately, the 3rd time in 4 games that they have given up double digits, trying to avoid being sent home early for the 3rd time in their first 4 games. Califoot leading things off here. They do have the 2-3-4 hitters. Califoot a double and a run scored in the 4th inning. Fouls this one off. It's 1-1. Califoot scoring the run on the back end of the double steal. Out in front of that one, chops it foul, and Thomas ahead in the count 1-2.
Yeah, good spot for Thomas here, his first batter.
Up high, 2-2. And now down low, full count. Fastball on the ground to the left side. Pooter waits on it. The throw in time. Out number 1.
Yeah, nice strong throw from Sam Pooter to get that first out.
Well, and that's key for any team to be successful. You have to make the routine plays look routine.
Yes.
And Pooter has done that so far at short today. Bryce Karen, single and a run scored last time up. beauty of an off-speed pitch. Froze Kieran, dropped in, 0-2. Goes back to it. This time Kieran grounds it to third. It topped up into the chest on Siemens. The throw not in time. And the Cardinals have a base runner with one away.
Yeah, he still made a pretty good effort at it, even though it hit him in the chest. He did give it his all to throw across the bag. And
they put it up as an error. It's kind of a tough hop, but
yep.
The center fielder, number 7, Kjell Norquist.
Yeah, I mean, he was able to throw across the diamond. Didn't miss by too much.
Kjell Norquist a walk and a ground out today. This one easy take as the curveball stayed up and in, 1-0.
Yeah, I don't think that was his intent on the curveball.
Fastball driven to right. Waiting on it is Tim. Makes the catch. He had to jog for it
He really
at the
did.
end. Again, that the wind, which is still going, making it interesting when the ball gets up in the air.
Yeah, you know, pretty much the wind they said will start dying down around sunset. And then it won't have it tomorrow. We have some softball tomorrow, so it looks like we're going to have a little nicer temperatures and not the wind that we had today.
He got a hold of it, gave it a good ride, but kind of right at Carson Tim, and looked like it was going to be very routine until the very end when he had to go back over his shoulder for it, but able to make that adjustment. And so Grisey is the Cardinals' last hope. Need a run to cross, or the game is over. 0-1 pitch. Had all kinds of funky movement on it. Ends up low, 1-1. Not sure what that was, but it moved. Fastball misses low. I don't know how many guys are throwing knuckleballs, but it seemed to have a double break. This one fouled back to the backstop, 2-2. Bengals trying to improve to 5-0 to start the season. And that is a called third strike. A strong inning for Colton Thomas. A solid win for the Blaine Bengals, 12-2 final.
Yeah, and we're able to break it open in the top half of the sixth, Joe. And Cardinals, again, as you talked about, too many games ending early to start this 2025 season.
Yeah, I mean, you'd rather at least play 7 innings.
Yes.
Every time. But to end 3 of the first 4 early is a little bit disappointing, to be certain.
Yep. So they'll try to get on that winning path, I believe, on Thursday against the Osseo Orioles.
Yeah, and again, all the scoring for the Bengals in the even-numbered innings. 4 in the second, 3 in the fourth, 5 in the sixth. Cardinals' only runs coming both in that bottom half of the fourth inning, but they fall to 0-4 with a 12-2 loss. And that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. To the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.